Hello, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and everyone outside of the rainbow of our wonderful community. How are you doing today? We are here once again with the good people. Now, I've got 3 videos on this thing already. Those were the demo. Okay, we played the demo. Twitch chat is here with me as well, and this is the first time I'm telling people that was the demo to get used to the game. I was reached out to by the Maithe team to play that, as well as the first half of one of these characters, either them or her, and I'm going for Maeve because why wouldn't you? That's my wife. That's my wife. At this point, these are the only 2 available, so I'm going for my wife. We do have to jump into the game because this is the full game. We have to go in and kind of do some settings stuff, but I wanted YouTube to be here for this, just so you guys can see what maybe would be optimal sound for you, because the music is loud, but I don't believe the voices were too loud when we played the demo. I feel like we had to do a lot of finagling, so I want you guys to kind of get a feel. Choose a nickname, pronouns, and preferred presentation using the arrows on the mirror. The true name may be discarded if desired. Click the blot of ink labeled save to confirm your choices. Okay, yes, this is what's in the demo as well. Do you accept the name to be true? No. Oh my god. I'm Reaper. I'm always Reaper. Nickname? Reaps. People have called me Reaps before, and I was like, dang, I really like that. And then we have our I fucking love a good pronoun. I love a good pronoun choice. Why would I feed my pronouns to Robin? It was literally a hint not to do that. Add. They'll be used with a weighted priority. Okay. Okay. It just said that. Okay, cool. Okay. Wow. Oh, I don't remember this in the demo. Okay, edit pronouns? I kind of just want it half and half. She is no stranger to love. Okay. No, I don't want he. For those of you who don't know, I go by she, they pronouns. He is the only one that I don't really connect with. Some days are more feminine than others, but I don't generally get upset if someone calls me they on a femme day or she on a non-binary day, just for the record. Aw, man! That's not my human name. My human name is Reaper. And my nickname is Reaps. In the Book of the Traveler, pronouns will default to they, them due to a case of mistaken identity. Oh. I will have to go into these options more, the advanced options more. Maybe I'll do like a little breakdown of that when I have more time. But since I am working on a limited stream time tonight, let's just go with she, her, because I feel very cutesy. All the pink. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. This is being recorded on Valentine's Day. Because why wouldn't I stream Frisky Flirty Friday on Valentine's Day? It added up so well. Okay, save. And then this. That's right, Larry. You do go by you do call me Reeps. Okay, so here we are. This is probably one of my favorite parts of this game, is this layout right here. There are 6 romanceable characters that you saw on the front, and then the Book of the Traveler is kind of your intro to the world, okay? We did Book of the Traveler in part 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube. Twitch chat, we did that all together, honeys. So now Book of the Soldier and Book of the Warrior are one of the 2 options we can do here. Well, actually, you can do all of them because they're numbered, but I kind of just want to jump into Book of the Warrior because that is Maeve's route. One question I had at the end of the last stream is, will we be hindered if we don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like if I jump to the characters that I want to romance, which is the Warrior, King, and Master, is it just going to do the entire story just with them as like the main character with us, or am I going to miss beats because I didn't play Book of the Soldier first, for example? So we're gonna test this theory together in the next few weeks. We're gonna go with Book of the Warrior. Clicky click. But I love that it's books. I think that's so pretty. Yeah, volume 3. Shit, we might be in trouble. I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway, and you can't stop me. Yes, I did finish Book of the Traveler, though. That's good. They're no strangers to love sounds like the beginning of a song. Oh, as well, Twitch chat, just for anyone who is new, this is very, Frisky Flirty Fridays are very story-driven, so I don't always get a chance to chat with you guys unless something really insane happens. So take this time to kind of sit back, relax if you want to work like body doubling, work alongside me kind of thing. Just sit back, relax, listen. I can't promise that I'll always be a very even-toned voice, but it's a chance for you guys to just relax. Don't feel like you have to chat or do anything other than be here and enjoy the story, because that's what Frisky Flirty Friday is about. You guys enjoying a story and me maybe getting laid by fictional characters. Fictionally, of course. I haven't figured out how to... Anyway, moving on. Yes, I would like to proceed. Okay. Replay mode off. On Roin. The Divide. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Movie move. The weight of my saddlebag collapsing as my foot startles me back into lucidity. I begin picking up my belongings, considering the king's ultimatum. He offered me a way home, and I don't exactly have a lot of options right now. So this is picking up right after Book of the Traveler, which is us. We're the Traveler. Could I really spy on the Sealy court and uncover a murderer? Where would I even begin? I'm searching around for the last piece of silverware when a familiar hand holds it out to me. My wife, please be my wife.
Looking for this?
Oh, that's too soft. Oh, wait, we were supposed to do settings chat. Oh my god, did that just like set it? Oh. Okay. Let's do let's do main volume up. Let's move the music volume. Let's do that at 50. And then I'm gonna do this. And let's see if Maeve's voice will come through a little bit more, okay? Because the voice is all the way up at 100. By the way, this is my wife. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty! Oh! Talking to women is so hard. Fuck. I didn't even hear Maeve come down the hallway. I must be more out of it than I realize. Oh. Also, this is an Irish game. Irish Origins game, so... Oh! That's new? It gives you the English at the top now! Because you used to have to click it. So it still tells you here. But I click this so I can get the dial. That was good update. Good life update. 2 thumbs up on that. That was fantastic. Have a good night, Bozzy. Thank you. Thank you again for all the gifted subs. Have a great night.
Guramahagut.
Okay. How was that sound, by the way, chat? Sorry. I hastily shove the spoon back in my bag and try to look as though I haven't just been crying. Are you alright? You look upset. Honestly, I've been better. She steps a bit closer, taking a good look at me. You've been crying. I have to hear more of her voice so I can get the accent back. I'm not very good with those. Did the king say something? It's not that. I'm just tired. If you say so. In that case, how about you come down to the feast with me, and we find you something to eat and a bed. It's gotta beat standing in this empty hallway starving. I hope I didn't startle you just now. I just figured you'd need a friendly face after everything that happened. She's so cute! I almost sent Robin to come get you, but realized at the last minute you'd want to actually eat your meal. I'm sure I'd get some food. Eventually. Fuck, she's gonna kill me. Optimism. I like it. Oh, that's so cute! So...
Sorviacus.
Sorviacus. If you want to learn Irish, this is a game to do it with.
Is Maithe, eh?
They added a lot more. Let's get out of here and down to some merriment. What do you say? The room is still bustling with servants running around cleaning or attending to the feast. I've only got one other castle to compare it to, but are they always this busy? The only people sitting at the table to eat are those who work here, taking their dinner. I watch enraptured as they help themselves to huge portions of meat, pies, and stews. Help yourself. I know you declined earlier, but maybe since you know you'll make it another day, you've reconsidered? There's no guarantee of how long it'll take me to get home. At this point, stubbornness isn't doing me any favors. Screw it, I'm starving. I'm gonna eat as much as possible. If we're gonna eat either way, I'm gonna eat as much as I can. Besides, how many opportunities will I get to have a meal like this? If I'm locking myself into Tir na Nog, then I might as well enjoy it. I grab a plate and load it with bits of everything within arm's reach. I sink my teeth into some spiced venison, and my entire body relaxes into the delicious warmth that begins to fill me. Whoever roasted this is a great cook. I'm halfway through a mouthful of bread and stew when Maeve puts down her ale to speak. Oh my god. I need her to speak, though. I can't just do the laughs. I need her to speak. You've got an impressive appetite. Remember to breathe between bites. Flushing, I slow down my chewing and swallow. No need to be embarrassed. I mean it genuinely. You'll be hard-pressed to find someone around here unfamiliar with being hungry. But keep eating that fast and you'll hurt yourself. I take my time to observe Maeve. She doesn't really look like someone who's gone without, but looks can be real deceiving. It doesn't feel like she's taking the piss out of me either, so I decide to take her advice and resume eating. But slower this time. There you go. Believe it or not, there was a time where I would have done the same. I was on my own at a young age, and that taught me how little a person needs to get by. That's like British. I need Irish. Come on, get it together, Reaps. They weren't all bad, though. Maybe if you stick around, I'll tell you about some of the better ones. Please, I need you to speak so I can match your voice. I appreciate that. The given name means she who rules. Let's go, queen shit.
Tá mé buíoch as sin.
Out of all the people I've met since falling through the lake, Maeve is definitely the one I felt the most comfortable with so far. I could have worse company for sure. Speak of the devil, Robin has entered the chat.
Hey, how come you get to eat? I thought Flan said dinner's off.
They get to eat because I said so. You are the one who started it all. Do you have a problem with that? Not at all, Captain! Robin gives me a knowing look.
Must be nice being the new favorite, though.
Why do they have so many lines? Give me Maeve's lines. What does that mean? Yes. What does that mean, Robin? Nothing bad. Both of you need more friends. I support it. What does that mean? I feel offended on Daoine's behalf. However, Maeve simply chuckles and takes another drink of ale. You're the one who had to kidnap someone for some company. Anyway, I'm sure no one will mind if I just... He zips down the table, grabbing handfuls of food and shoving it in his mouth. I watch as Maeve ignores Robin and relaxes in her seat. Won't the king mind, since you said no one should be eating after all? Don't worry. Flannan wouldn't deny you a hot meal with the way you look right now. What about Robin? He has a way with him, I guess you could say. I noticed you called him by his given name. Have you been friends with him long? That's a difficult question. I've known him for around half of my life. You weren't always friends? If you don't mind me asking. We were professional rivals in a way. In fact, the first time I ever met him, I took a swipe at him. What does professional rivals mean? The two of you got in a fight? I feel like they had to fight each other. Okay, what does professional rivals mean? Well, before I joined the Unseelie, I did some work alone. Chasing bandits, finding lost cows and the like. I traveled between towns and everyone once in a while that I'd run into Flannan. Is it Flannan? Flannan?
Flannan, Mathloo.
Flannan! Flannan! I'm gonna freaking learn Irish. Flannan and his unit working the same jobs as me, but for Lugard. So we'd end up competing to see who could do the job first, you see. Once we started getting to know each other a little better, we ended up working together rather than competing. Took a while, though. We both had aspects of ourselves to work past first. I think about what Maeve said as I watch Robin load a fork with meat, then swallow it whole. Surely anyone who can win over their rivals is someone I can at least work with. I only have 3 days to decide to help him or not, and I won't get answers by keeping my mouth shut. I just don't know what parts of our conversation I'm allowed to talk about. Maeve makes a compelling argument, but everyone wants to think the best of their friends. I wonder if Maeve would be willing to help me out. Good night, Larry. Appreciate the lurk. Sleep well. What's up, employed rider? Unemployed rider, apologies. It's going well. We're playing the good people. So very story-based tonight. Sit back, relax, enjoy the story, and me fucking up Irish accents. I apologize. We have an Irish friend. We have an Irish mutual. And if he ever hears me do this, I'm going to be ridiculed for fucking ever. I'm gonna ask my wife for help. I mean, future wife for help. There's a little thingy. There's a little thingy. I love when there's little thingies up. I love when it tells me something. That tells me something. I got a thing. Now we gotta figure out what that thing is. Maeve, the king asked something of me, and I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm not trying to add more to your plate, and I'm not trying to tell you stuff I shouldn't, but I was hoping you could help me. I'm always happy to help. What is it? Well, he made me a tempting offer, but it's a bit dangerous too. You make me feel I can trust he's not going to pull the rug out from under me afterwards, but I just like to really understand what I'm signing up for. You know, make sure I'm sticking my neck out for the right reasons. I don't actually have much experience with kings.
I see.
Okay, I need a longer line than I see. It's not that I don't trust your opinion or anything. In fact, that's why I'm asking for your help. I understand. It means a lot that you trust me enough to ask. So I'll do you one better. Rather than taking the word of his second in command, why don't you talk to the people he governs? Come by my room tomorrow. I'm sorely in need of time off, so We'll have a day out, or as much of one as I can afford. I'd like that, Maeve. Sounds fun. It's a date! After sleep, I head straight to Maeve's quarters. I was worried it was going to be difficult to find them, but thankfully the other guards seem to know exactly where she is. Maeve's room is close to the castle entrance, so she can come and go quickly if needed, I figure. That makes it easy to find as well. I feel a bit nervous if I'm being honest with myself. I'm not sure what I'm really looking for, except some assurance I can trust the king enough to spy for him. Well, I can't just awkwardly stand in front of Maeve's door until I figure it out. I knock politely and hear someone shuffling hurriedly on the other side. She's not wearing her makeup. She's so pretty. This is why I do what I do on Valentine's Day. Oh.
Ah.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting you just yet. Please, come in. I step inside and close the door behind me. Curiosity takes charge and I look around, eager to see how the captain spends her private time. Her room is much cozier than the king's and even a little fancy. While it likely pales in comparison to her room in the Sealy Palace, it's clear that Maeve is more willing to indulge in creature comforts. Now, I just want to say, with the way that games are going with picking our pronouns and things like that, I would love an open game. Everyone loves the main character. Like, it doesn't matter your sexuality. You can romance anyone in the game. Choose your pronouns. And also, some choices are pronoun locked. Okay? Because let's be honest here. Let's be honest. I'm using she, her pronouns. Girls will let other girls into our rooms if we're not done getting ready. It's like, oh yeah, come in, just sit on the bed while I finish, right? Guys are the same, like, hey man, I gotta change, like, just come on in, just sit down, take a seat. I'll be like, 2 minutes kind of thing. Like, especially like, if you're in like a dorm or shared like a room in a castle kind of thing, or like a dorm apartment like thing, it just makes sense, right? So I think it would be really cool one day for a game to be like, okay, she, her pronouns, situation like this, yeah, you get like invited in kind of thing. Like, oh, I have to get ready, like finish up. Where if you were doing other pronouns, like maybe you have to have the conversation through the door kind of thing, or another event pops up. I don't want to take away from anyone, but I do think it would be really interesting to play off of the relationship, the inherent relationships between people that have the same gender or opposite genders, or like, like how does she see someone that has they them pronouns kind of thing. Like, let's not pretend that that doesn't have like an effect, or not a consequence is too strong, an effect on how people like act around you. You know what I mean? I think that would be really cool and really interesting. It might be maybe it's too hard to do because I don't make Otome games, I just play them. But I do think it'd be really interesting considering she invited us in, and I immediately think, oh, that makes sense because I'm playing as a femme, a woman. But would you do the same thing like if it was like a guy? Like, I don't know. Am I thinking too much into it? You guys tell me. A small table with 2 chairs holds a steeping tea set. A little wooden pot of blue paint rests on a desk behind the table, along with a hand mirror. Her sword and bow hang neatly on the wall over top, and a large chest rests at the foot of her bed. Oh, she's putting on her makeup now, probably. The bed is the most luxurious part of the room, covered in plush pillows and thick blankets dyed the color of crushed blackberries. While I don't get close enough to touch, it looks like I would fall asleep instantly on it. Maeve takes a seat at the table and gestures for me to take the other. Please have a seat. I'm just about finished. Would you care for a cup? Oh, no. You take your time, sweetie. It takes... I understand it takes time to look as good as you do, even though you look good naturally, but you never rush someone to get ready. Rude. That'd be grand. Thank you? Yeah.
Gura Mahagat.
Gura Mahagat. Oops, sorry. I don't need to do that. Besides, getting a quiet moment alone with Maeve gives me a chance to... I mean, yes, I'm interested, but also, can I just look at her beauty? It's the heart! Did you see the heart? Did you see the heart in the far corner? Winning! Sipping my freshly poured tea, I watch Maeve delicately detangle her hair. I can't help but indulge in this chance to admire her like this, bare-faced and completely at ease. I get the feeling not many people get to see it. Her skin is flawless, her hair looks soft and healthy, and her striking features maintain their elegance even when she frowns as she meets a difficult tangle. Girl, I feel you. Once she finishes her hair, she cleans up our dishes and grabs her eye paint and brush. Just this last thing. If you're bored of waiting, I can meet you outside the castle. Looking at her pot of paint and brush, I have another impulse. Actually, I was hoping I could help you with that instead. I gesture the materials in front of her. 2 weeks, 2 streams, 2 characters blushing! Let's fucking go! Huh. Winning. Did I mention winning? Oh my god, she looks so cute. Oh, the blush looks... Oh, oh my god, it's the tip of her ears too! It's at the tip of her ears! Yay. I love little details like that. Yay. Oh, you were you? She sits back in her chair and gestures to the paint. Please, go ahead. I love... Oh my god, look at the detail in the eyes, too. Oh my god. I slowly walk over to the table and pick up the small wooden pot and brush. Maeve watches me with interest, waiting for me to begin. I also really like the detail that they showed the whole picture, and you have to click in order for the box to go up, so the text box, so you can enjoy that picture for as long as you want. Once again, bravo. I love every update they've made to this, the quality of life updates, as well as just bravo. Good shit. Oh my god. The lashes are beautifully done. I dip the soft bristles into the paint and lean over her, and Maeve closes her eyes. She smells faintly of soap, leather, and some scented oil. It's a delicate scent that I can only smell because I'm so close to her.
You ready? Or is this just an excuse to stare up at me close?
Don't call me out like that. Would that be such a bad thing? Oh my god, fuck me. I tease her back without a second thought, and she opens an eye with a coy smile. Not at all, but all you have to do is ask. I'll make sure to remember that next time. Now close your eyes so I can put on your eye paint. Maeve closes her eyes again, but the smile remains. I carefully try to imitate the wing shape she uses without getting distracted by her long lashes fanning over her smooth cheek. Once I finish, I can feel my cheeks burning as I nervously hold up her mirror for her to see. You did a great job considering it's your first time. Her praise has me flushing with pride. As she leans past me to place the mirror back down, she whispers. No. Okay, now I have a complaint. Team! Mariah Maithe's team! Why would you not ask the voice actor to do that line? I got really excited. I petition for the voice actress to come back and do this line, please. I need it. That's not fair, I need it! Oh! Okay, here's the funny thing. You guys think I won't email them and be like, hey, so can you get the Maeve voice actress to like say this one line and add it in? I know you guys have already dropped this part of the chapter, but I'm just saying that update would be probably really beneficial to everyone who is romancing Maeve. I'm just saying. Look, I am broken, but the thing is that I've been singing praises. Like, this is still a great game. I'm still very happy with it. But I feel like if I'm giving all these praises, I feel like that was a great fucking setup for a voice line, and they didn't give it to us, and I think it would have been perfect with a voice. This isn't about making a good game. It's about Reaper surviving the night. If it's with her, I don't need to survive. If it's with her, survival, I'm fine dying. Just a little time with her, and I'm good. I need it. What's up, JJ? I will do that. I'm going to message them. Survival is optional. But am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that would not have been a perfect voice line. Oh my god. Can a girl flirt with me like that? Please? You just like saying I'm wrong just to say I'm wrong. You don't actually think I'm wrong, though. What do you know about otomes? I'm the one who plays the otomes. God damn it, Tompy. Bad Tompy. Where's a water squirter? You're very cute when you blush. It's a dangerous effect. I need her to also speak more so I can match her voice, her accent, because I truly do not have an Irish accent in me. What's up, Hybrid? Hello, and everyone that I've missed. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. I hope you guys are having a great day. I sputter a little and she chuckles and gives me space. For now, we should get out there and get to it. Oh, no, excuse me. For now, should we get out there and get to it? The Everdusk isn't going anywhere, but the people might be. Trying to calm myself, I quietly nod and head towards the door with Maeve laughing softly to herself behind me. Over the course of the day, we visit a lot of places in the city around... yeah, that was not happening.
Cashlan Nanini.
Cashlan Nanini. I like that. Castle of the People. It's a stronghold in Murius and the present capital of the Unseelie Court. As we make our way through the streets, almost everyone we come across wants to greet Maeve. Several of them stop her to chat about this or that. Even though Maeve is second in command to the king, most of them talk to her like a neighbor. I imagine she must spend an awful lot of time down with the common folks. It's nice to see. That said, my first couple of attempts to ask about the king were disastrous. I should have considered that when a strange person shows up with the captain asking about their feelings on the king, things could get a bit tense. I frightened at least 3 people before I realized what it looked like. I took Maeve aside to share my observation. Maeve, I think we have a problem. We're making it look like it's the king asking these questions. People are getting scared.
I see.
Maybe we can find a less direct approach. Listen in on some conversations instead. I should probably give you a little space, too. Just don't wander off on me, all right? I want to prove what I said about Flannan is true, but you're still a Seelie. Okay, fair enough. Many thanks.
Mila Buikas.
Mila Boikas. Boikas?
Mila Buikas.
Boikas. We start again. This time we start again. This time we casually stroll down the shop fronts, sticking close to doors and alleys to see what we can overhear. It doesn't take long before we get results. Walking past an alley, I hear the king's name being mentioned. Psst, Maeve! I call her as loud as I can without catching anyone else's attention. She turns back to me, one hand on her sword. Here's something. I nod silently and gesture for her to stay quiet and follow me. We creep towards the alley entrance, where we can just overhear the conversation. And at this rate, repairs won't be ready before the hunt. Oh, you can count on that. Between that bad-faced druid and the mutt, a good lot of nothing gets done round here. Except maybe fattening up the sentinels. Pfft. Shh! Don't let people hear you talking like that. The boy's king now. I don't... Is that Irish? Does it sound like I'm making fun of it? I don't know. Folks say he's a right mean bastard too. Heard that's why Lugard sent him away. Couldn't control him anymore. Bringing him back's probably what got him in the grave. Pfft, I'm an old man. No one's listening to what I got to say. Just like with my boy. He hasn't heard a word I said since he came of age. The couple move on to the topic of their foolish children, leaving Flannan far behind. Maeve pulls away and leans against a storefront, deep in thought. There's some truth to what they're saying. Rebuilding has been slow. A lot of our resources were tied up in cleaning house. What does that mean?
Well, for one, the Unseelie Sentinels were a mess when we got here. They did as they pleased, so the ranks were full of corruption.
The entire city was as wary of them as the thieves and murderers. Not that there was much a difference at that time. I can't believe I just read Jade's message. That was mean. Is that a compliment? Because all I need now is Toppy to jump in with, you know, I'm short enough to cosplay one. Rude. Take him my money back, Jade. Gutting the Sentinels of its rot had to be our priority. No point in rebuilding a house that's still on fire. I've only just gotten it restructured to the point of establishing trust with the city. The court had some unsavory characters Flannan needed to take care of as well. That druid they mentioned for one. Real piece of work. Meaning no offense. The order sent him to Lugard shortly... Lugard? I gotta get this right. Wait a minute. Lugard. Meaning no offense. The order sent him to Lugard shortly after he became king, much like how the Seelie Queen got you. No doubt Lugard accepted because it helped legitimize his rule, but... Cumin? That's a spice.
Quimine.
Cumin is a spice. Spice? Yes, it's a spice. But Cumin seemed to have his own ambitions here. Bad ones. Wait. Cumin? I thought the druid's name was Finn. Ah, no. You're thinking of Lugard's partner, the druid who helped start the Unseelie Rebellion. He was intended for the role of court druid, but he died before the war was ended. Cumin was his replacement, so to speak. I never met Finn personally, so I can't make claims on his character, but he and Flannan were very close. Flannan? Moikai.
Flannan MacLou.
Flannan. But he and Flannan were very close, like a second father in some ways. Maybe he would have been a better advisor than Cumin, but it doesn't matter now. Point is, we've only recently been able to turn our attention to rebuilding in these parts. I hadn't realized the delay was hitting some so hard. I'll speak to the king about sparing some more people to help the shopkeepers. We continue on our way, but one more thing the old woman said is bothering me. Maeve, what did that woman mean about Lugard sending the king away? Were they on bad terms? Ah, I guess it makes sense you wouldn't know about that, or at least not the details. After the war ended, Lugard and Flannan had a disagreement about the treaty. I don't know what happened, but by the end of the exchange, Lugard had exiled Flannan from the capital. Disowned him, too. Then suddenly, after decades of silence, Lugard summoned Flannan back to court and reinstated him as his heir. Not much longer after that, our beloved King Lugard dies. I suppose it's not surprising that some people are jumping to unsavory conclusions. But I hope you know it's all nonsense. Flannan loved his father beyond sense at times, and his death... Well, it's not my place to go into the details. But it hit him hard. I nod, though I can't help but wonder. So far, this expedition into the Commons isn't giving Maeve the result she thought it would, insofar as settling the concerns on my mind. What else might be beyond her sights? Maybe in Flanon's exile, the prodigal son grew resentful of his father's scorn. Maybe they argued about the treaty again and things got out of hand. Or maybe it was intentional. Take power, frame the Seelie, go to war? Of course, that makes asking me to investigate a little odd. But stranger things have happened. This could just be another means of covering his tracks. That or I'm overthinking things, letting hearsay my nerve-wracking introduction to the man cloud my judgment. Maeve remains quiet as we walk aimlessly around the city. The old couple's conversation seems like it got to her. She was pretty confident this morning everyone loved the king, or at least understood him as she does. I'm ignoring chat. YouTube, if you read the Twitch chat during this VOD, just know that I am ignoring them, because they're being mean to me. I internally debate whether or not to interrupt her train of thought. I don't want to let more time get by us, but I don't want to be rude either, especially considering my position right now. Thankfully, a decision is taken from me by the vendor that we met upon entering the city. He calls out a greeting to Maeve as we pass by. All right there, Maeve. How's that mead treating ya? It's mead, right? Maeve returns to her characteristic genial ease immediately and gestures for me to follow her towards the vendor. I haven't actually gotten around to it, but I'll let you know. Just as their conversation starts, it's cut off by a commotion in the street where two kids are arguing aggressively. Wait here, both of you. She dashes towards the kids who have quickly resorted to blows, leaving me standing awkwardly with the vendor. So, you been selling here long? Aye. Indeed.
Good Devon.
Good Devon. Go Devon. Been here since long before the war. I remember when this was all Seelie land, or Anrise. Anrise?
King Henri.
Henri. God dang it. Henri's land, if we're being precise. I expect you've seen a lot of change in the city, going from the Seelie to Lugard to now Flanon. Is Fjorsin? That's true.
Isfiershin.
Life was hard under the Seelie. Old Henri didn't like to spend time out here with the common folks and all that. He looked past us.
Deik sé a núsarin.
Lugard, though, he lived for it, you know? Loved letting the people see who was in charge. Now his son is in charge. Don't see as much of him. I quickly scan the crowd for Maeve and find her talking to the two children who are staring at her with fear. If I want to get anything else out of the vendor, now is my only chance. Did the people here like Lugard? Well, of course.
Well, Ernoi.
Well, or no. That's a well? Nope. I study kanji. I can't judge anyone. I can't judge anything. I'm ignoring chat. Most, I'd say. He was the one who finally stood up to the Seelie, and despite all of that about him being Lou. It is Lou. Ha! I got it right. He had a way of not being too above it all. I've known folks that shared a cask with him back in the day. But not Flanon. The vendor shrugs apathetically. Some say he's got a bad way about him. Could be true. Don't know anything about it. All I know is Lugard is a tough act to follow. I'll give him a chance. Besides, Maeve likes him. That's all some of us need to know. I put my trust in her and she puts hers in him. That's good enough for me. Manum. It's Manum, isn't it? No! Yes! Got it. Haha.
Manum.
I was right, haha. Madam, Maeve must have really worked hard for people to trust her so much they accept the king. I'm once again glad to be on her good side. The conversation slows down just in time as Maeve rejoins us. Sorry about that. Oh, cute.
Tá brón orm faoi sin.
Tá brúnar faoi sin. You could really learn a lot of good phrases, I feel, in this game. My god. No problem.
Five dá laiad.
$5. $5. Should we keep on then? I think so. We can wrap up our tour later at the tavern. I'll buy you a drink. Grand. God. As we enter a tavern close to the castle to wind down, I find that I'm actually looking forward to hanging out with Maeve in a more casual setting. We weave through the crowd until we find a table. It's more difficult than it should be because so many people want to stop and say hi to her, gawk at me, or both. Don't take the stares personally. Captain of the Sentinels and a visiting... Tiernas? Tierna!
Tierna.
I was right, haha.
Tierney.
That's right, Stu. Tierna's bound to turn a few heads. But I'm not... I know that. Your clothes give a certain impression. I glanced down at the garments I was gifted by Keegan, my husband, and then at the people around me. Just the fabric quality alone is something most of them won't ever even see, much less use. I guess I do stand out a little. Just give them a little bit to get used to you being here, and then they'll forget all about you. And maybe dress down a touch. On that topic, where shall we take a seat? I want an isolated spot. Romantic? No, dang it. I glance around the room, looking for a spot out of the way. It might be easier for me to blend in and keep attention off me if I'm not right in the way. Spotting a small table in the far corner, I pointed out to Maeve. How about that one? Good pick. We'll be able to keep an eye on the whole tavern from there. I usually pick a spot like that myself. Good to see we're on the same train of thought. I need to sit up better. As I settle into our chosen spot, Maeve goes and grabs us drinks. While I'm waiting, I notice a young man staring at me intensely. Bruh. I try to ignore him, remembering what Maeve said. After an uncomfortable moment, the man stands up and begins walking straight towards me. You. His words are heavy and slow. He's not truly drunk yet, but well on his way. Sir, do you need something? I hope Maeve comes back soon. You were with the Kaliak. When she got Eogan in them yesterday, weren't you? Wait a second. Isn't that what that bandit called Maeve on the way here? I'm sorry, I'm not sure who that is. Do you mean the people who stole the wagon? Oh, I bet the two of you'd like me to think that. Excuse me? What on earth?
Codder Daoine.
Well, he also tried to kill me, so I'm sure you can Is he bothering you? Oh, thank goodness Maeve is back. Before I can answer, the man starts in on Maeve. I'm not bothering no one. That's not how it looks to me. Oh yeah? Gonna arrest me like Eogan? Eogan made his choice. A poor one, but he chose it. Are you going to do the same? The man stares at Maeve for a long second. Just as I think he's thought better of it and is going to leave, he speaks up again. You listen here. You and your king can say whatever you like about law and order, but some of us remember what things were like before Lugard and his bastards showed up and made everything worse. We might have been bad off before, but at least we weren't cut off from half the world. What gives you and him the right to tell us where we can go, what we can do? And I don't see how you pretending to be the Mortigan? Oh. My god. Click.
The Morrigan.
Morrigan. Is any different than what Lugard was telling people about him being Lou. I raise my eyebrows at that. Even in Ireland, stories of the goddess of war reach far and wide. Well, I'm not sure what he's talking about. If Maeve's picked up a nickname like that, she must be formidable. I mean, she is the warrior. Everyone look out! I'm Badedirk, and I'm here to take my rightful place in Tamar. The man shouts loud enough for the whole tavern to turn and look. A couple of people awkwardly chuckle, but most of the crowd waits anxiously to see Maeve's response. Why not? I have as much a claim as the bastard does. I think that's enough. You've made your point. Are you done? Deflated by her lukewarm response, the man waves her off. Good girl. That's right, just go on and ignore me. Just like your old crew. You thought everyone forgot. Nua Fianna are still out there causing problems. Why aren't you doing anything about them? I said that's enough. Don't forget I've been considerate with more people than just Nua Fianna, as you should keep in mind. Maeve steps towards the man, putting herself between me and him. So, if you won't leave now, I'll escort you by your ears. As she steps closer, his ale-induced courage wanes a little. Refusing to lose face, he tries to back away without seeming afraid. Yeah, whatever you say. Just remember, some of us have long memories, and we remember where both you and the king came from, Captain. The man finally walks away, leaving Maeve and I to our drinks. I take a drink and wait to see if Maeve wants to talk. She seems to be deep in her own thoughts, though. Still, I do feel a little explanation is owed, as I was the one he started with. Thank you, Tomfy. I want to kind of like finish the chapter, and then I think that'll be a good time to end. Chimeri, hello! Also, I do appreciate all your short jokes. They were actually very, very well done. Intelligently thought out. Bravo to all of you. I'm still ignoring every single one of you, though. That guy really doesn't seem to like the king much, huh? Flannan isn't the only one he resents. He used to be one of the sentinels before I kicked him out. Kicked him out for running protection rackets on shopkeepers. He's lucky I didn't do more than take his job. But after the other people we've heard today, I've been naive about things, it seems. The blushies, but they're the embarrassed blushies. That man's not the best example, but I know there are others like him who blame Lugard or Flannan for current conditions. It's not an entirely unfair criticism either. A war devastated this province more than any other. So many people lost their homes, their loved ones, in unthinkably violent ways. The scars will last for generations. But the misery was supposed to mean something. It was supposed to bring about a better future, and that hasn't happened yet. Not really.
I can't. No. I won't punish them for how they feel. They aren't entirely wrong. Their anger is as valid as anyone else's.
The king understands this too, whether or not they know it. He's not any happier about how things played out after the war, and I know he wants to make amends, to fulfill the Unseeli's promise of freedom and prosperity. That's part of being a leader. People are going to criticize your decisions. You have to have faith they'll understand one day. Flannan wouldn't appreciate me putting it this way, but in all honesty, Lugard left us with a lot of work to do after his death. I'm not saying he meant to, but it's just a little frustrating to hear that even among the Unseeli's more steadfast supporters, we're not afforded the same benefit of the doubt as the man who ruled over us for decades now. I scratched the back of my head a little awkwardly. Well, I don't know about that. Outside of that last fellow, I haven't heard one bad word about you, Maeve. I'm not on the throne. It sets different expectations. At the end of the day, I just hope you're the type that doesn't judge a person by the actions of their parents. I couldn't be. What is your family like? Is he really that? What is your family like? Come on, I want more hearts. I'm not completely sure. I didn't grow up with them, so I only know what I've been told. Which was quite a bit of conflicting information. I like to hope deep down they were good people, but the war brought out the worst in us, in all of us. Some of us did things we regret. Perhaps they regretted their actions too. You speak about them in the past tense. Do you know how they're doing now, or are they on the Seelie side? My father died before I had the chance to meet him. I don't really know what happened to my mother. Likely dead, too. I'm sorry, Maeve. I hope I wasn't prying. Don't worry about it. I haven't thought of them in some time, but it's not anything I hold a lot of emotion over anymore. As Maeve finishes speaking, another question suddenly comes to mind. What was all that Nuafiana stuff about, by the way? Who are they? Maeve sighs and takes a moment for answering. He was taunting me for my past because he thinks I should be ashamed of it. Well, I'm not. And I'll tell you why. The Nuafiana of today is no different than any other bandit gang, but it wasn't always like that. Not when I was a member. We were a family made of people who had lost everything to the war. We were tired of being stepped on by both Seelie and Unseelie. King Henri did terrible things, but he wasn't the only one. Most of us knew that from experience. Fidelum?
Phelim.
Phelim. There's a D. Why are we not pronouncing the letters? Irish, we need to talk, buddy. Phelim, the leader at the time, took most of us out of the cold. I was brought in by a girl named another one. I'm doing good, Chimeri. You know, it's Valentine's Day. We're playing Frisky Flirty Friday. We're trying to romance characters. It's just what we do.
18.
Okay. 18. I was brought in by a girl named 18 who became my best friend. We had gotten into some serious trouble and didn't know where else to go. She was already in the Nuafiana, so she asked for help. They took me under their wing, and after that, I gotta get that again. Phelim was like a parent to me. She taught me everything she knew. There were strict rules about who we'd steal from, only people we thought deserved it, and we never kept any of it for ourselves. That's how we got so many of the towns to hide or help us. They knew we'd look out for them too. After I'd been in the Nuafiana for around 50 years, Phelim died. That's when I struck out on my own and started helping people alone. What happened to the Nuafiana? The new leader has different ideas about how they should operate. They started keeping a little for their own pockets here and there and became a little less strict about who they could target. It seems like they've now truly become more bandits than anything, stealing from anyone for their own benefit. It must be very hard to know you have to defend against people you considered family once. Maeve offers me a sad smile. Yes, it is. Part of me keeps hoping I'll be able to talk some sense into them. Who's the leader now? If there's someone you know, maybe you can. Maeve stares into her cup for a long time, then takes a huge swig. Setting it back down swiftly, she finally looks me in the eye. I swear to God, if she says it was her. Okay. Oh, the friend! One more time. 18. Oh, no. I've just remembered the names. I'm very big on mimicking. So if I don't know a word, I just like mimic what I hear other people say. So I'm just mimicking. I haven't figured out any of the rules of Irish dialect. No. 18, I assume. She took over after... Oh, I lost that one. Phelim? Phelim's death. Maeve answers with finality, letting me know this particular discussion has found its end. We sit in silence for a while after that, occasionally supping our drinks. I still want to talk to her, though. I don't know when or if I'll get another opportunity. Wait, no. I still want to talk to her, though I don't know when or if I'll get another opportunity to have this kind of one-on-one time with Maeve. Part of me wants to ask her about the Morrigan nickname. I bet there's an exciting story there, but it might be nice just keeping things light after our last conversation. I'm so bad talking to people. What's up, Cosmonoid? Welcome, welcome. Pretty sure we're in the Twitchiverse. It is a W. This is a W. Quick save. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna ask about the nickname. I can't help myself. This may be my only chance to ask. To be honest, I'm mad curious now. Where'd that nickname come from? I had heard about the Luz stuff, but why'd that man call you the Mortigan? Maeve glances over at me from her cup with a... Excuse me, from her cup. There's a touch of wariness in her eyes. It's a long story. The vague non-answer makes me want to pout. I'm in no hurry. She sighs. It's just something I picked up during the war. Thlan had his fair share of names too. I don't much care for it, so don't you start calling me Morty like Robin does. Alright, I get it. Sorry if I overstepped. She shrugs me off. I understand. You're curious. You'll probably hear the full story one day, but let's just leave it alone for now. From there, she changes the subject, leaving the matter to my imagination for now. All I'm hearing is she's a badass. I was gifted a sub to the stream I was raiding from someone I watched while sleeping. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? That's okay. Happy to have you here. Thank you for the follow. Because obviously that's how you got the subby. That's totally fine. Congratulations. You got gifted a sub. Feel free to lurk. Enjoy your time here or whatever you want to do.
That's hot. That's sexy. Fucking do it.
Is that a... Who was that? Aw, Cosma. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I don't tend to like call people out in chat. If you guys just want to lurk in my chat, I'm not gonna call you out. Like if you chat, I'll say hi, but if you're like, hey, I just want to lurk and not talk, I'll be like, cool. I'll thank you at the end of the stream if I still remember that you were here, but I'm not gonna call people out if you just want to relax. Man, this is a long chapter. Holy shit. When we return to the castle, I let Maeve know I'd like to give my final decision to the king. She nods and tells me to come by his quarters after the feast concludes for the day, since she'd like a chance to talk to the king herself and still has some other business to attend to first. I still don't know how I'm going to do this, and I will need some help, but I think I can trust the Unseelie court enough to believe they aren't setting me up, or at least I can trust Maeve enough to trust the king, despite some reservations. Besides, he's also my only solid lead home. We're still going. As Maeve requested, I wait until the last guests leave the feast before heading down the corridor to the king's chambers. This is going to really fuck me up because we're going to put my wife and my husband on the same screen. And they're friends. And I'm very monogamous. But also I wouldn't say no. Like... IRL, I'd say no every day, IRL. But in a game with these two, if I said no in this situation, you all need to know I am dying. Like that, I'm not of sound mind and body. Like, my heart races. I bring my hand to the door, preparing to knock, but the sound of muffled voices gives me pause. Is Maeve still here? Still in there? Excuse me. It must have been an hour since I saw her head off this way. Are they talking about me still? I'm a nosy little bugger. I'm nosy. I can't help myself and lean against the door to eavesdrop. The thick wood makes it difficult to hear, but I can still make out bits and pieces of Maeve and the king's conversation. I'm just a bit concerned about all this. I know the crossing, but we can't guarantee the Seelie will honor that, especially if this turns into a he said, she said. Perhaps we should ask to get involved officially. If we're caught, we can be seen as instigators. I'm aware of the risk. It is out of the question. It seems we're sympathetic to my suspicions. He refuses to without evidence to implicate. Probable motive was insufficient. We have no choice. We're on our own in the matter, and the Seelie cannot come away from this unpunished. I won't allow it. Too much is at stake if we show weakness now. I understand that you worry for the druid, but of all candidates, they should know the price for frail. Their voices continue to muffle and fade as they walk farther away from the door. I can't make out anything else. My stomach turns as I mull over what I heard. At least Maeve seems to be taking my safety into consideration, but the king sounds like he's prioritizing his vendetta against the Seelie above all else. But unfortunately, this changes nothing about my situation. If this deal is my only way out of the other world, it looks like I'll be putting quite a bit of my faith in Maeve while I'm here. Straightening my back, I take a deep breath and knock on the door. There's silence for a moment, followed by the shuffling of footsteps. You may enter. Here goes nothing. There's space. There's space here. That's enough space for me. Just there. Just go. Just a little. Like. Also, I find it very, very funny that the woman in this is a very, like, she's got her armor on. She is very, like, protected. The man is the whore. Look at that V. Look at that V cut in the shirt. Work it, babe. Work it. You guys and your puns, I swear to God. So, my captain tells me you have something you'd like to discuss. I do, Your Majesty. It's about the deal you offered me. You've made your decision, then? Yes, Your Majesty, I have. I try my best to look respectable as I answer him. My next words are chosen carefully as I consider all the stories I grew up hearing about the good people, even if it's hogwash, or irrelevant to the Tua de Danann. I've decided that I'm willing to accept your deal. I'll try to find out if someone in the Seelie court murdered your father. Maeve and the king share a pensive look between them that likely has something to do with that bit of conversation I overheard. Regardless, the king turns back to me and answers. You fully understand both the risks and expectations of this task? I do believe so, Your Majesty. In that case, we will begin immediately. You have my gratitude, Daoine. Your Majesty, would you mind not calling me Daoine? I was told that was what the Seelie court calls you, is it not? Okay, well, it's a long story, but the short of it's that's not really my name. I see. Then what shall we call you? I hadn't thought this far when I asked him not to call me Daoine. I shouldn't just give them my name, right? Both of them stare at me waiting as I awkwardly stand here debating what to do. If I give them another name, I might not answer to it, or forget. Technically, a nickname isn't my real name, so that should work, right? You can call me Reeps. I'd also prefer if you use she, her, if that's all right. Oh, that's really cool. Nice slip in. I like that. Very well, Reeps. Nice. Robin will escort you and your mare home from here, in the same fashion you were brought. In 2 weeks, you and my captain will meet, and you will then relay any information you've uncovered to her. From there, you will determine another meeting if necessary. Captain... oh, that's her last name.
Maeve Trijor.
Trujor. Captain Trujor will brief me on her return. Are these terms acceptable? Well, Maeve sounds like another date. Oh, well, Maeve sounds like another date. Where would you like to meet, Maeve? You never even asked Maeve. Save. Kinda wanna do a date. Yes, heart, sweet! Good, yes, excellent! Well, Maeve, sounds like another date. Another date? True, Jor. You've been busy. I wasn't aware we were on the first one, but I guess I could see it now. Yes. Yes. I will say the King's voice actor does have a thicker Irish accent than Maeve's does, so that's why it's like real. It's going from my American accent to Maeve's like lighter Irish accent, in my opinion, to the King's like stronger accent. I'm not even doing it justice, by the way. So I request some more voice acting, please. More Diamonds team, please. Some more voice acting, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In that case, next time I'll have to make up for it. Does a bunch of huge old stones in the forest sound romantic enough? Sorry, that's him. Does a bunch of huge old stones in the forest sound romantic enough? I hear the Druids Crossing is nice and isolated most of the time. Only if you plan to bring your flock of stalkers with you. I'll throw in Robin for good measure. I have no idea what a Druid's Crossing is, so I hope I can discreetly figure it out when I get back to the Sealy Court. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in even worse trouble. So, while this is observationally fascinating, and yes, True Jor, I will be remembering this later. This is, I'll be honest, okay, the King, everyone is like player sexual, right? But the King gives big bi energy, and Maeve gives like super lesbian energy, and it's just like, yes, a bisexual King would just be like, I will remember this, and we are gonna talk shit about this. I'm gonna talk shit about you. That is perfect. Well done, team. Well done writing. We do have a murder to solve. My cheeks flushed in embarrassment. Sorry, Your Majesty. You know you could use some old-fashioned flirting yourself, Lena. I'm working on it! Ma'am, you are first, okay? You are first. Then I will go to him, and then don't at me, but then I gotta go over to the Sealy Court, and then I have to have the Master of, you know, it's not Master of Murmurs, because that's the other game I play. That guy, okay? Everyone gets a turn. Ma'am, you get to be first, okay? You deserve to be first. Relax. What? What? At me? At me? What are we at me for? I'm working on it, okay? God. It's not, his part's not even out yet. Have an interest in my relationships now, do you? Only when you threaten to hold mine against me. We have a relationship? I love these two. They're great. As I was saying, you'll meet up with Maeve in 2 weeks' time. I expect the two of you to have an actual discussion. Best Valentine's Day ever. Again, why would you go on a date with someone that you're not 100% expecting a compliment from when you can play an otome and definitely get a compliment? I'll do my best, but you know how I get around someone as cute as her. My cheeks are burning hotly now, and the King, for all his stoicism, seems to get something of a laugh out of it, too. I'll make sure to give you more time in return then. Okay. It's saved. I cannot go to the next chapter because I am way past my streaming time. YouTube, YouTube janakte. Twitch, chat. Why don't you guys say bye to YouTube? YouTube! Thank you so much for watching. Again, I apologize. The accent was not there, and then I got a little bit of it, and then I fucked up the accents. I probably fucked it up like in the middle anyway, but the end there, because it was American, then light, and then strong, and then anyway, we got some good lines in the end though. So I like this. I like the story. I like the characters. I think I really enjoy the character relationship. I don't know if it's gonna be different with other characters. Maeve's is very natural and she's flirting back, which I'm not really used to because I usually go for the ones that are a little bit more stoic. King, I'm looking at you. But it is really nice to have her flirting back and kind of saying these cute comments to me as well. So that's really adorable and I really enjoy the writing. Also, again, just want to give some praises to some of the quality of life stuff that the team has done. The first half of the soldier and the warrior is available on Steam. I am not paid if you buy the game or if you check out the game, but I am working together with the team to do these streams. They are giving me keys and things like that to check out the stories and whatnot. So just being completely honest with you there. I'm not making a commission, but they are working with me to, I do get the game like for free kind of thing. So just a heads up. But I think it's great. My only tick was the one line that said like she got in close and like whispered. I'm like, that should have been a voiced line. That should have been a voiced line. So I'm curious how much of the story is actually voiced, because it seems that the stories are voiced less than the Book of the Traveler was. And you guys know how much I love the voice. You know how much I love voice acting in my otomes. But anyway, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, tell me, if you had to choose between Maeve and the king, who would you choose? Put that in the comments. And with that, YouTube, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.